Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome the very, if infamous, Kevin Lewis Medium. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Jean. Hi, everybody. So great to be here.
Yes, and I think it's been such a little bit for us to get together, but I just want to thank you for coming on and doing a live together with me.
I love
Uh,
spending time with you, Jean. I said that from the very beginning when we first read together. It was such it was actually quite intense, but in the best of ways. I've always admired the way that you, and still admire the way that you work, and the way that you
aw.
hold space for people, and how you hold space for spirit. I love it. So it's an honor to be here. It's a
Well,
real
thank you. It's going to be a fun show, and we're going to be doing readings, just personal readings today. Nothing with medical or anything or political. And so, if you'd like to connect with a loved one, you can just let us know the name and the relation. That would be helpful for me. I know Kevin may not need that, but that's always helpful for me. And if you have personal questions too, that's fine. And if you would just kindly put them in caps, and the questions will be chosen at random. And that seems to work best for us. If your question is chosen, just say hello and let us know that you are here in the chat with us. So, Kevin, you have an event coming up with some of the other content creators. Can you tell us a little bit about what's coming up for you?
Absolutely. Yep. The first one that I'm a part of is happening, I believe it's the 25th of September. Don't quote me on that one, but it's the event that's happening in Chicago with Mal Dewar and Linda G, Kevin Chandler, Kim Copeland, Aiden's going to be there, Arthur, Ease Your Mind, and Diane, Shield Maiden Tarot. So it's a big group of us heading to Chicago, right downtown. I've been to Chicago before. I went to Susan Lynn's event last year, and it was in Chicago, not downtown. So I'm excited to venture downtown. And it's going to be a wonderful time. There's, several days of workshops and meet and greet and some little surprises. So yeah, I'm looking forward. The extension of this community feels like family. And so when I get to see people in person, it's such a wonderful thing to come together. I know we took a time out from being in the same space. We all did for several years. And so that excitement, I just feel it's extra special coming back into contact with people and community. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And then after that one, I've got a couple of weeks prep that I'm co-hosting a retreat with Jeffrey Peck and Debbie Hedberg, Freebird Spirit. We are hosting a beautiful, I say beautiful, it's hard to put into words, but what we've co-created in this event we're going to Sedona, Arizona. I've not been there. Jeffrey lived in Arizona for the better part of 20 years.
Oh,
So he knows Arizona very, very well. And so he was the visionary, but at the beginning of bringing people to Sedona. And it's everything from, I'm just seeing all the dragonflies outside. That's so interesting. I get so distracted.
that's okay. That's okay. No, we have to call Chicago and warn them before all these psychics and
Right.
mediums get there.
It's
But
true. Yeah.
are you the only one that's coming from out of the country? That's a huge thing for you to travel in and out of the
I
country like
am.
that, right?
Yeah, I am the only one, I think. Yeah, everybody else is local to the United States. So yeah, I will be the foreigner. But yes, and then our event in Arizona, I'm over the moon. Vortex tours to the beautiful workshops, the opening ceremonies. We're working with a medicine man local
Oh,
to Sedona. His name is Ukwala. And we've met now 2 times, and the energy after, and this is Jeffrey and Debbie would attest to this, it's next level. And so the energy of these people that are coming to Arizona, we had actually sold out the spaces that we had, and we added a few extra. We sold those out, and then life happened for about 5 people. And so currently we actually have 3 spaces available for that retreat in Arizona. And we've got the retreat itself, and then there's an option for people to stay for another 3 days to do Reiki level 1 and 2 with Debbie, Jeffrey, and myself, who are all Reiki master teachers. So why not join us? We have 3 spots if people feel called. Jeffrey's website, www.jeffreypeck.com, I think is the website. His information on the website is every question, every detail. He did such a beautiful job in putting that together. So yeah, that's kind of what's coming up. And I know Susan Lynn has an event too, and I think hers is sold out as well. She's having hers, which I attended last year, and just because of the time I wasn't able to make it this year. She's doing one in Colorado. I think Denver, Colorado is, yeah, I think she's having that one. So lots of opportunity for people to get together. And like you said, Jean, my gosh, the energy of that collective.
It's going to be so much fun. And you know, you all are so very generous in sharing the clips and the shorts and the pictures. And it feels like, you know, all of us, all the rest of us who may not be able to attend can at least share a little bit of the fun with you guys. So, and then all of you do it. All of you put little shorts and little pictures on your page or on your channel. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. So, well, thank you very much for letting us know that. And I'm glad I got you in before all that craziness started happening, right?
So good. Yeah.
That is good. So I'm just going to pick the questions at random. Are you ready to get started?
Sure.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So first we have Carrie G, and she says, "Can you tell me if my husband's severe?" Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't read that. I thought you were. Yeah.
I'm okay to no pressure if you want to. I know that you said no medical. I'm okay to read. I know you decide.
Well,
let's just surround him in some beautiful healing. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Let's do
that. And maybe we can read around the energy, but I don't. Yeah, it's really, if you were in a private reading with me, I would probably be able to help you, but in a public forum, it's a little difficult, I think, to look into that, because it wouldn't be, it wouldn't, I wouldn't want you to be in that position. Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable. So, but definitely, we will definitely send your husband and some healing energy, and the whole chat is supporting you there, Carrie. I'm so sorry for your difficulty. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so the next one I have is Corie Amore. I would love to hear from my son Francesco and my sister Penny. So let's see which one will come through. Son Francesco. So I feel like they are coming through together. I feel like your sister's coming through first. I feel like Penny's saying, I have Francesco with her, and your sister is very close to you. Your sister is watching over you. Your sister is leaving you signs and synchronicities. It's almost like you even hear her or you dream about her, and then you're wondering why you don't feel the same from Francesco. But I feel as though if Francesco may I think your sister is just really good at communicating. She's coming through and she's saying, I've got this. She's saying that you and her were friends and, sisters through and through. She's saying that you two were really close. And she is saying that she has Francesco with her, that he is fine, that he is at peace. He is with her. He is beside her. I don't know. He's not really saying too much. Are you getting anything from Francesco, Kevin?
I was more in the energy of what feels like the sister at this point. I'm aware of him. Your sister's energy is really strong and like it feels very vivacious and it feels very energetic. And so I feel like that you might understand that her personality here on the earth plane would have been that. So she was okay to be that center or draw of attention. And this is her perspective. And maybe that's not how other people received her. But in that, I feel like I do have the awareness of your son as well. There's something interesting, and I don't know which one this belongs to, but there is a recent celebration that you would understand. And it was so interesting, before I saw them in the physical step forward, all of these marbles started to roll forward. So I'm not sure how you would understand the marbles, but there might be something significant about the marbles. Perhaps some memory of that for you with one of them. Also, the significance of the month of May stands out, is where my awareness is being brought. She's very vivacious, and I feel like I think she left early from the earth plane, and I feel like she was, what is that saying? She was the life of the party. Yeah, it's like that. And she, in a playful way, she was like, Francesco, you just wait. It's like, it's showtime. And so in that, she was not afraid of the spotlight in the least. And of course, he would be here. He would be there rather with her. And for you, okay. Do you understand the cars with him, Corie? The significance of the cars? Because as I become aware of him, he brings me outside. It's like I want to go outside. I am in the parking lot, but I'm being brought to the actual vehicle. I don't know if you still, or if the vehicle is still in. I wish I could hear your voice, but if you'd understand the vehicle with him. No, he only lived 9 days. Oh, interesting. Here on the earth plane, that's so interesting. But do you understand the significance of the car? Like, what's with the car? Why does he bring me into the car? And also the month of September, would you understand that with him? And did she say anything about the marbles? Because the marbles are back.
Going back, I don't see anything. Yeah. I don't see anything else from her. Oh, here. She collected rocks.
Oh, interesting. No, these are marbles. No, those are not rocks. These are marbles that I saw. Perhaps it was distant memory. I think that's actually what I had said, but interesting. And then what about the dates? The September date, the May date, recent celebration?
She loves you, Corie, and she's really close to you on a daily basis. She is watching, she's almost like living vicariously through your eyes and saying, yes, do this, don't do this. Or she said her birthday is in September.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what, yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Lots of her birthdays. And then May.
Okay.
Lots of birthdays in May, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your question, Corie. And thank you to your sister, Penny. She was very right, straight up front and a wonderful communicator. I enjoyed connecting with her, and she's very lovely, and she loves you. She just wants you to know she's not going to leave your side. It's almost like you two have had past lives together as well. That you will continue to be sisters again.
And watch for those marbles. Watch for those marbles. I can't get past the marbles. There's something about marbles. You remember when this is so interesting. What did we used to put them in? It was those purple bags with the gold kind of cording. I think it was some sort of liquor that was in
Crown
that.
Royal.
Yes, I think that was it. And then those, but it's like I can see the empty bag in these marbles. So watch for the marbles, Corie, because that would be a really beautiful sign from your loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crown Royal bags. That was it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So next we have Creativeevent 008, and she says, any messages from my angels and spirit guides?
Wow, look at that profile picture. Talk about creative. Wow. Angels and spirit guides, creative. I'm going to pull a card for you. Do you want to go first? Yeah.
I'm still trying to manage the chat. Go ahead. You can go first.
I pulled some beautiful cards in there, very, very angelic. The first one is the life review card. The second one is the relationship harmony. And then the last one is spread your wings. And as I feel into this for you, Creativeevent, I feel like you've had some contemplation, and the life review in the living is such a beautiful thing. And so in that, they're saying not waiting for the things that you're actually thinking about. And I mean, within your name, Creativeevent, I know you're very, very creative, but there's more to it. And in that, I don't know if this is external relationship harmony, if you'd understand that, just some of the things that sometimes get into the mix, if you will, of life. There's harmony in that coming for you. If not already, there's harmony in that just around the corner. Spreading your wings, I feel like there's more. I feel like Spirit's really inviting you to drop into, they're bringing me back to the conversation that Jean and I had before we went live. And what I'll say about that is invite for you to drop into, let's just say, a different state, an altered state for your creativity to expand. And so sitting in that power, sitting in your power, it's a real great channel for you to bring in some new things. And those new things are like, they're really, some of them are maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone, but Spirit's really inviting you and really there with you. And I feel like in that space of you dropping into that power, your power, things are really going to expand for you. So stepping out of what feels like a little bit of the routine and things being status quo, there's expansion for you. And now is the time, Creativeevent.
She says, I am creative. And it's hard to get a word in edgewise on this chat as well. But Creativeevent, what I was picking up for you, and Kevin was leading me to the energy. I could feel the energy as he was talking. So what I was feeling is being creative is your spiritual work. It is a spiritual expression. It is your connection to the divine. It is your soul expressing itself, being creative. And it's not just you having good ideas. It's you opening up that imagination and allowing the spiritual inspiration to come through you. And you have this really whimsical way about you that you're very spontaneous, and I just love the way that you're able to be spontaneous. It's almost like when you would get up in the middle of the night and start sketching something, or it's when it hits you, you do act on it. And this is almost like your spiritual connection to the other side and allowing this to work through you. I feel like it does fill your soul and brings you so much joy, obviously, or it appears that way. But this is your spirit guides and angels connecting with you when you're working in your highest frequency. I just love that.
So good.
Aw. She says, wow, this is so true. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm glad I called that. The chat's moving so fast I can hardly see anybody making comments. So let's go to Diane G says, may I have a message from my dad? His nickname was Winnie.
Oh boy.
So I'm feeling I see him. He's telling me that he's a good looking man. He's trim. He almost looks like John Denver a little bit, like really like all American kind of a guy, and not necessarily straight blonde hair, but just like that all American kind of look. But he had this cuteness to him. He was handsome, but he was cute, and I don't know how to maybe like a Kevin Costner kind of cute. There's something about him that he's saying that he was a good looking guy and that he's sending you his love, and he wants you to know that he is no longer I feel like there was something was stopping him from moving. It almost feels like his lungs. It almost feels like that it was something that he couldn't breathe. I don't know what type of ailment this would have been. It could have been congestive heart failure, or it could have been just pneumonia at the end. But he's just saying that he can breathe freely now, and he really does love the open outdoors. And there's something else about John Denver that reminds me of him, and I can't really put my finger on it. But he wants you to know that he loves you. He wants you to know that he's okay. And he was very kind to a lot of people, and he was quite popular, is what I was feeling as well. How about you, Kevin?
With Diane, yeah, no, it's interesting. I was brought to the chest. I actually wrote that down, the chest and lungs as well. I got short of breath instantly as I was connecting to Dad. I feel like just in his personality, he was so trustworthy. I feel like he was really reliable. But then it was like, there was this sense of humor to him. What I heard him say was that he's easy on the eyes. He was really easy on the eyes. And that he was back to that reliability. You could really count on him. I think he would step into helping a stranger. If their car broke down, he'd be the one to like stop and say, I got a hitch or a whatever, I was gonna say jackhammer, but shows how many times I've stopped to help somebody with a car broken down. But nonetheless, he would have been that. He drew my awareness to the month of February and March, kind of equally some attention around those. I got a connection to like the countries of like Sweden or Finland, and as I was connecting to that, might be in the lineage, that connection. But then I got a salute, and I feel like Dad's dad, I don't know if him or Dad was in the military, but I got a salute, and that's a sign for me of military, Navy, Army, that kind of connection, if you would understand that. And then what I heard was 87, but as I kind of like tuned into that number, I heard 1987. I'm not sure that's him. Okay, interesting. What part of it is she talking about?
I think the Scandinavian was maybe something that threw her off, because she's saying he had dark hair and a mustache. But think about his entire life, not just towards the end of his life.
Mm-hmm.
She said, my father had black hair and a mustache. Was he handsome? Was he cute? There was some cuteness about him. I don't know if you have the Oh, he was shy. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So he wouldn't. Oh, I
Mm.
wonder if this is somebody else's father that's coming, or if John Denver's here.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, you never know.
Yeah. There's somebody that's cute, somebody that's all American, somebody that's kind and loving and helpful. And she said he was handsome in my eyes and a little bit skinny.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Personality wise, would you understand the trustworthy? I spoke more of that. He was bringing me to the energy of being trustworthy, reliable. You could count on him. He would help somebody. I didn't hear anything about the personality about being like outgoing or anything. So if you'd understand that part. Do you understand the lungs, the months, February, March, some connection to those Scandinavian countries for sure. And then the salute, 1987. And I know it's a little bit hard when you're in the chat.
He was very kind, but a homebody.
Okay. Yeah. This is too, the other thing too, Diane, is that this comes from their perspective. So sometimes how we see them and how they see themselves, and no March or February connection. Okay. Sometimes it comes from, conversations, but I just have to give what I'm getting. And that's what I'm getting in connection with who I feel is, I think you said his name was Winnie, but yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Diane. And what about him and the breathing? Did she say anything about the breathing?
Didn't see that either.
Did that mean anything to you, Diane? And we really appreciate your feedback. We know it's not easy to type fast.
It's like,
Oh, she said he had a heart attack.
yeah,
Okay, so it was,
definitely.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been related to the congestive heart failure, but the heart attack,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, thank you very much, Diane, and for hanging in there and providing that quick feedback. We really appreciate it. I want to shout out to Terry holding your space is here.
Hi,
And
Terry.
also Pure Visionary Psychic Medium Terry Lee is here. We have a lot of VIPs, and Scott Scorpio Santoro is here. And Sharon Sipe. Thank you,
Oh my
guys.
gosh,
Thank
so
you,
cool. Okay.
everybody, for being here. How nice of you to stop by and be so supportive. We appreciate all of you. And thank you, Diane. So next I have Stephanie. And Stephanie, just say hello. She would like a message from her grandfather, and his name is Santiago. After Stephanie, I have Yoga Life. So if Yoga Life is here, Stephanie and Yoga Life, just say hello.
I love that name.
Yoga Life?
No, or that too, but
Oh,
Santiago.
Santiago.
Oh my gosh, that's such a wonderful name. Wow.
Stephanie and Yoga Life. Here she is. Okay.
Stephanie's here. Wonderful.
Yeah. This guy was Yoga Life is here. Thank you. This guy Santiago was all heart, and he was a funny guy. He's showing me. He was very sweet to people, but I see him smoking, which is unusual. Not sure if he was a smoker or if he liked cigars. But he was all heart. I see him loving you to pieces, Stephanie. I see him just going gaga. I don't know if you were the first girl or the first grandchild, but you stole his heart from day one, and you had him wrapped around your little finger. And he wasn't a man of many words, but he was all heart, and he would like tear up pretty easily. Like if you would say something to him, he'd like wipe his eyes, because he was just he had a lot of feeling. He had a lot of sensitivity is what I'm feeling. But he was a heart of gold, and just the greatest guy I'm feeling. Oh, she says, I think he had a soft side to him. I don't know if he smoked when he was younger. Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. What did you get, Kevin?
I wrote down that he was very personable. I just felt instantly that he was interested in being in this connection. I was aware of, I'm not sure if he was one of four or you were one of four, but something about one of four was what I was being made aware of. There's a coin collection or some significance around some coins. I don't know if you have the coins or someone has the coins. And I feel like he was significant. People looked up to him. I feel like there was that side that not everybody knew all of the layers to him. I felt like in that energy, it was like he took me out to nature, and it was like I would kind of like watch the birds, and I was okay on my own to just be within my own thoughts. And so in that, I don't know if he was fully in the expression of who he was here on the earth plane. But in that, people still felt connected to him and had that like knowing that if there was something that was serious going on, he would take the time to actually listen and engage in that. There was one other thing around the month of December that was my awareness of the month of December and the month of May being significant, if you'd understand any or all of that with grandfather Santiago, which I love his name. I don't know if he loved his name, but I sure think it's a great name. Oh, you're muted.
I think she's just, here she is. I didn't get anything when he passed away. I don't know about the coins. I think he loved nature and we went together several times.
Okay. Yeah. Significance about the coin. Perhaps it's some, our loved ones will do things where they'll give us the signs of different things. So perhaps in that, perhaps you're the one to make a collection of the coins, but watch for those. There's something significant there, Stephanie.
Yeah, that's a lot of information, Kevin. That's amazing. But just a loving soul. I feel like his sensitivity and his caring, it was very genuine, and he was a proud man as well. So thank you very much, Stephanie. I don't know if she's writing anything else. If you do, I'll catch up with you. But
And Stephanie, okay. Do you paint? Do you paint, Stephanie? I'd be curious. Oh, he was hospitalized in May and died in June. Oh, interesting. I always felt that he had waited for my birthday to pass. Oh, and they do. They definitely do, Stephanie. Yeah, you can feel the closeness, and yeah. Sometimes there's parts of them where we just don't fully see them in that way. So sometimes we just don't know certain things about them, but I could definitely feel that closeness in that connection with you. Grandparents are special. They see us different, than our parents do. It's a very different relationship, and it's such a beautiful, sacred one. I used to paint a lot of, and so I feel like in that, it's like just distant memories. He still wants to be here in this conversation, so know that you can have that with him. So perhaps, going back to that time where you used to paint, bring him in when you're creating. Within the brush strokes. They're right there, they're so close.
They often say, she says, he was nicer to me than my father. Yeah. But they often say that when we open up this opening, when we're doing the reading for you, there's an opening and a connection to you. He's with you. We're reading your energy, and his vibration is near you and with you. So that connection, he wants you to keep that open and talk to him and communicate with him and ask him for signs and synchronicities and things like this. Just keep that open. Okay, very nice. Beautiful. So I have, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. So Yoga Life says she's on her keyboard and she's ready, Kevin.
The best chatters, like Gerald says, the best chatters. Absolutely. Keyboard warriors. I love it.
Yoga life.
It does though, and the reason why in that, Gina, I mean, you know this. It's the energy, and so in it, when there's a pause, it takes us out of that in some respect, for me, anyways. And so in that, we're used to, obviously we do this in person and or with a voice attached. So it is a little more difficult for me with that little bit of delay in that, but nonetheless, it's such an honor to connect with your loved ones. And they're so excited. So Yoga Life, a message from my guides. What do I need to know for the last quarter of this year? Wow. Let's see. Which deck?
And Carol Berner, you're next. You can just say hi, Carol. That'd be great.
You're so welcome, Stephanie. Ooh. Great cards.
So Yoga Life, I see you almost hunkering down for the last quarter of the year. I feel like your schedule is almost filled through the rest of the year, and I feel like you are. I don't see any big changes, big moves, big shifts in your life, but I do see something for next year. I just see you sort of hunkering down and being busy and scheduling regular activities through the end of this year. But next year, I see things changing. I see you doing something different, going somewhere different, being with different people, and opening up a little bit more. I just see your energy being opened a little bit more. I see the energy with yourself right now through the end of the year being a little more guarded, so to speak, but just like sticking with what you know and not stepping outside of your comfort zone too much this year. Yeah, so that's what I've got. How about you, Kevin?
You know what's so interesting? Because they did something. They showed me this calendar and they brought me to the new year. And so it's interesting that you said that, Jean, because I'll show you the cards that I pulled, which, I mean, you can't get better cards than this. And it was specific from the deck that I pulled. So I got the transformation card. I got the power card. And I got the abundance card. But what was interesting is that they want to invite you that within your power, you can flip the calendar is what they're saying. So you know how there's that energy of like New Year's resolution and we wait into the new year. Spirit's inviting you to, if you want things to look different, you don't have to wait until that regular kind of new year. So you get to decide. It's just, to me, there's this energy of your own choice, your own free will in what things look like for you. So if you need this time to, take a little bit of a pause, be in that transformation, still within your power, absolutely. Of course, abundance is always there for you. Great. But if you want to accelerate or make that look different, you have that power, you have that abundance, you have that connection to the realm. So it can look either way for you. So it's kind of like that choose your own adventure, which is really exciting. So it feels really good either way, however you choose to be in this creation, this co-creation, it's going to be wonderful. So exciting time for you. Exciting time.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And I'm looking to see if she says anything else here. Excellent, Kevin. Good advice.
Excellent. I love that. That's your guides. Yeah. You get to decide what this looks like.
Wonderful. You're welcome, Yoga Life. You're welcome. Absolutely. And take your power back is what I'm hearing as well. And I see Amelia here. I didn't see Carol Berner did not say anything, but I see Amelia Anderson. And Amelia, I am so sorry for your challenges and your loss and your difficulty. I think that this is important to connect with. And she said, I want to know, why do I feel as if I'll never move on from the death of my daughter? Ever since she drowned, I've just been stuck and feeling lost, not being able to move forward and to find peace. Which
Mhm.
a lot, this is more common than we know. So thank you very much, Amelia, for sharing this very difficult and sensitive issue or situation that you're going through. And what I have to say is that everybody grieves in their own time and in their own way, and it's um, it's it's a degree of moving on, and it's an acceptance of what the new uh, energy is in your life at this time. It's the not hoping for um, things to be, or you to be, any different than what you are right now. And the more that we move forward and resist how the reality or the energies as they are, the longer or the more difficult it will be to try and start something new. And what I mean by that is when we lose a loved one, we lose a part of our own identity. We develop an identity by looking into our loved one's eyes, and they reflect back to us, whether we're a daughter, whether we're a mother, whether we're a wife. This is our identity, that we see ourselves through our loved one's eyes. And when that loved one is no longer here in this world, we don't know who we are anymore, because that reflection is no longer there. Your connection with your daughter here in this world is still your connection with your daughter. It's just that she's in a different realm or a different world right now. You still have that connection. You are always you are and always will be your daughter's mother, and you are but this has changed because of the identity that you carry now. It's very difficult, but it's important for you to talk about. And when people say, how many children do you have? Don't just tell them the living ones you have. Say, I have, 3 and 1 is passed. Make sure you include, because this is always a constant, but it's going to be something different moving forward. And the more we try not to resist that new identity, then the easier it may be for you to move on and find some peace. And please do connect with her. She's saying, Mom, I'm right here. I was your daughter. You gave birth to me. You were there in my very first breath. You saw my eyes and the love that you shared with me. And she's saying that love is still ongoing. She's saying, my energy has not gone. She's almost like saying, imagine if she's on the phone or on vacation in another country where you can't call her, but she's definitely still there with you. So hopefully that is helpful for you, Amelia.
Mm-hmm. Jean, that was so beautiful. Just feeling into that energy. It's interesting how she comes into, for me, I'm hearing the name Jennifer. I'm not sure if there's a Jennifer in the connection, but the energy of your daughter came in as a butterfly. And so if you already have that connection with her, if not, just watch for the butterflies as one of the signs that she shows you. And in that energy of feeling kind of stuck and lost and not able to move forward, what's underneath that is this sense of self-worth, that you're worthy of having a beautiful life. And this, I can't speak to having children and losing a child, but I can speak to having parents. And the love and that connection that Jean was feeling into is eternal. And so in this short little moment that we call life, there is more for you. And so for you to bring in the energy of the joy and the energy of the celebration, yes, there will always be those memories of the loss that you've endured in this incarnation, but you're worthy of a beautiful life. And she brings in that energy. Of course, she would want that for you. And I feel like you still have those really beautiful conversations that you had while she was here, and continue that. And like Jean said, speaking of them in the present tense, that they're here and they're listening and they're watching you live the life that you have, I feel like things can shift for you, and you have to, you have to be the one to actually make the choices to make that difference sometimes. And I know that I think it's unimaginable. For me, it's unimaginable to know what that would truly feel like. But life is a beautiful thing, and so so much love for you, so much love for you.
Yeah, Amelia. And the only other thing I have to maybe suggest is, because it was such a tragedy and a trauma on top of a loss, it's a double tragedy. It's a double. Um, it's the trauma is compounded. So just, I'm not sure if you do have a counselor, but I would definitely recommend a trauma counselor as well as a grief counselor to help you through that. And yeah, and be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself. Everybody has their own time, and try not to compare yourself to other people, or your own family, whether or not they seem to be moving on and you're not. It's everybody is just a little bit different, Amelia, but we wish you all the best. And your daughter is very much with you and wanting you to heal. And yeah, so sorry. Okay, so I don't know, did I say who was next? I think I did.
Oh.
I didn't. Okay, I see Laura Knight. Laura, if you're still here, say hello. And thanks again, Amelia. And thank you, Tanari. That was very nice of you. Thank you very much. Laura Knight and Kathy Persons. And it's important that you're here. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Just such a wonderful Sunday night. It's a September night, and it just feels really beautiful. I'm so glad that you're here with me, Kevin. It's so much fun doing a collaboration together. Okay, Kathy Persons is here. Thank you very much. And I didn't see the other yet, so we'll go with Kathy. Amelia says, "'Cause it's been hard, even though it happened 6 years ago." Yeah, it's okay. We understand that. It's you. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Amelia. Try not to judge that.
Yeah, there is that. I was just going to say that, Jean. There is that judgment in this time thing, and it's like in a bond that's going to last forever. I can't imagine that it's ever going to go away. Those feelings are going to come and go, but it's also those pockets where you get to still be in the expression of who you are and live a wonderful life. Yes, that's always going to be a part of it, but that it can be different. And so, like Jean said, there's so much support and help out there for people that need that type of professional support. Absolutely. And doesn't matter if it's 6 days, 6 years, 60 years, those feelings are just as real. So be gentle with yourself in that.
Yeah, and thanks again for sharing that, Amelia. I think a lot of people will have taken some information, some advice and guidance from you asking your question. So thank you. So Kathy Persons, hi Kathy. She says, "Hello, my father passed last month." Oh, I'm so sorry. Does he have a message? And would you share his first name with me, Kathy? Okay, Carol Berner is here. Let me just make sure I still have. I do still have you. So Carol Berner will be next after Kathy. And Orville. Aw, I love that name.
Such great names today. Oh my goodness, unique, but the greatest. Wow.
I think he wants to thank you for all of the care that you all the work that you did in order to make sure that he was cared for. is what he's saying. He's sharing with me that it was a difficult thing for you to, there was a towards the end, there was an independence. Did you just say that? Did you
I
write
was
that?
literally writing down Independence Day when you just said that.
I was talking about his own
I know.
independence and his ability to be on his own or not be on his own. And there was a question, was he well enough to be on his own? How much care did he need and how much? And it was, and I don't think that I don't think he was out of commission for very long. I think he kept his faculties for a very long time, and he just wasn't able to care for himself as far as maybe getting up and downstairs or cooking for himself or things like this. But I think that he was able to keep his memory to a certain extent. Like he said, it was like touch and go. He was like on that borderline, but he knows that you were there and that you were helping him and making sure he was getting the best care. He just wants to thank you for all of the sacrifices that you made and all of the allowances that you made, because he knows it wasn't easy for you to not allow him, but to, have him be on his own. And you didn't know how much independence he was able to, have for how long. You wanted to be able to give him the dignity. And he said that all of the decisions that you made were the right decisions. He supports you 100%. He thanks you. And he also is talking about his estate and that how much stuff was there and how much old stuff. It's like you went through his father's stuff or something. Like there was stuff from other people that he had, and there was just a lot of things from his estate, which was a little bit overwhelming for you, especially in that state of grief. And he just wants to thank you for all the consideration that you took, and I feel like it's an ongoing thing. I'm not sure if you're still working on clearing out the house or something else is still going on. How about you, Kevin? I'll see what she has to say.
I don't think she said anything in there. Is she here?
She did say yes. She did. She was. Kathy, let us know if any of that, because she told us his name was Orville.
Right, of course she did. I don't see anything, but
let us know if any of that makes sense. And she probably got a phone call or something.
Maybe. Hey, like, yeah.
Oh, she said yes. He was 96 weeks before passing. It was probably. Okay. Oh, that's when his 90th birthday was, right before.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, it just how he came in for me was the gratitude, in that energy of the gratitude and the appreciation. And I feel like it was like there was ebbs and flows within the relationship, where there was times where the relying or the reliability looked a little bit different, but that there's such gratitude for the times that you showed up and made a difference for him. And I feel like that he really wants to focus on you. It's interesting. I'm like, give me more information, but he really wants to focus on you, Kathy, in that role of the impact that you've had for so many people in that way. So you're very selfless in the contribution that you make for other people. He's really proud of you for that. And I don't know if he was a man of many words, but that the words that he spoke, I think, were really important. I did get the waft of some cigarettes. So I don't know if you understand a time in his life where he actually did smoke. I did feel some energy in the chest. I did get a bit short of breath. There is some significance. I'm so sorry. I was going to Google it, but I'm just going to be totally transparent. I don't know when Independence Day is, but there is some significance about Independence Day or the energy around that time. I did hear one of three. I do feel like there is a brother in this. And then when I tuned into that, if there is the brother, I don't know, brother-in-law, but this energy of a bit of the upset in the family, when Jean started to tune into the energy of the estate and that did kind of come into my awareness. Also significance about the month of October was highlighted. And then there was, I felt like there's this chain with some sort of pendant. And I don't know if you have that. It was him, but I'm just going to say that's what I was getting. That's what I was being shown, was this pendant. It was on a chain, but the significance of the pendant, if you might understand that. So, oh, and then I got a couple of names. I got the name, oh, actually, I think it's the same name, but I heard the name Bill or William. Isn't that the abbreviated Bill and William?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not sure if you'd understand that, but that's what I was getting.
She did say he passed with trouble with his lungs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It just is amazing to me that they can tell us what it was that caused their passing, and that they can communicate that to us. It's really, it's one of the things that astonishes me the most sometimes. But she said yes, that he was in a nursing home. Let me see. I go back here. She said you got it correct. All he went into the nursing home a year before he passed. So that Independence, but Independence Day is 4th of July,
Oh,
and I'm not sure if that was around the time that he, something happened. But that pendant, I was picking up like dog tags or something military or something like some sort of a medal there.
yeah.
I don't know if that had anything. I'm just picking up on I'm
Mm-hmm.
ripping off Kevin's.
No, it's good. Yeah, no, tuning into the same. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There is energy there with something. Lovely.
I don't know if there's any.
And I saw one message that I think it was the person that you had said, are they here? Oh gosh, I should have started. Oh, actually, I don't think I can start.
I do have Carol Berner coming.
Okay, that was it. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what
I do.
Got it.
I do have Carol Berner. And Kathy says, yes, he went in the nursing home on July 4th.
And he was
in the military.
That's a good communicator. Wow. Because it's like, I know there's fireworks and I know but I forgot that it was July 4th, but now I'll never forget. So thank you to Orville and to you, Kathy.
That's amazing.
That's wonderful.
That's amazing. Well, thank you very much for your question and for bringing in Orville with us. And again, Kathy, Orville wants to keep this communication open with you. He's saying that if he can communicate this clearly right now and tell us all of this stuff, he can also connect with you. He wants you to connect with him and talk with him and ask him for signs and synchronicities. He loves he wants to just thank you for all of the sacrifice that you did and are currently doing. And did we have was there another gentleman? Do you have a brother, or could it have been just another gentleman helping Kathy with his care? Is that what you said?
I can't remember what I said. I'm sorry. It comes in and out, but she has a goosebump. I can't speak. She has the goosebumps. That's their way. You know what I mean? That's when the soul comes into that connection with the other soul. And that's what you have with your dad. Like Jean said earlier, you're bringing this to us. And so in that, the clairsentience, the goosebumps, is that validation that your soul is in the connection with your father in this very moment. That's how close you are. And so what a beautiful, oh, my husband helped and my son's. Interesting. Okay.
He wants to thank them too. Yeah, the goosebumps is your dad letting you know that this is him. Mm-hmm. He's confirming, validating, this is him. And they often do that to us. They come through and say, yes, that was right. That was what I wanted to say. So that they're like truth bumps is what we call it. All right. So we have just one more, Kevin. Do we have time to squeeze in one more?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hi, Pat.
Right. Carol Berner, Carol Berner, you're up. And you did say you were here. Just say hello again. And Kathy Persons, you're so sweet. Thank you very much for your super sticker. And Carol Berner is here. I would like a message from my Aunt Barbara, please.
Aunt Barbara. I just heard yeehaw. Yeehaw. I feel like she was a lot of fun. And the horses.
I feel like she was pretty. I feel like she was she liked to have makeup on, her lipstick on, her nails done. She was shapely. She liked to she liked to accessorize. She cared about her appearance, and she was a beautiful woman, and she wasn't like over the top. She wasn't gaudy. She didn't wear fake eyelashes or anything. She was just really a beautiful woman, but she liked to accessorize, and she cared about her appearance. She would probably wear makeup on a daily basis, and she's showing me that this was a lot of her. It was like her persona. Like people knew her. I think that she had a job, maybe even a corporate job, that people respected her and that always told her how nice she looked, and she took pride in that. And the more people like recognized her, she could have even been like a real estate agent or something. You know, there's something about her looks gave her sort of like um, a little bit of an edge, and but she had to. She was also very young looking, like even in her 70s, 75, she still was looking very young, and maybe even working for a long time, is what she's telling me. Does this sound anything like your aunt there, Carol? I just want to get a validation before I continue. Make sure that's not somebody else's aunt. Because there's a lot of people here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Barbaras. Oh, thank you, everybody. Oh, Carol Berner for her Aunt Barbara. Did you want to jump in while we're waiting there, Kevin?
I can't. I don't mind waiting to see.
Okay.
Carol, if you could let us know just to make sure we're with the right one. Let us know, yes or no, maybe so.
Yeah, either way is fine, honestly.
Yeah. It don't hurt our feelings. It's okay.
No. No, and it's important because sometimes people want to, elbow in and come in. Like
Yeah,
it may sound like your grandmother, or I know that if there's a somebody else in the family that wants to come through, they'll come through.
absolutely.
Like I said, sometimes I say maybe they got a phone call, but
so true. Oh, thank you, Kathy. That's so kind of you.
thank you, Kathy. So let me see what else with her Aunt Barbara. I get her that she was, a hard worker, not a corporate, but she could have been like a real estate agent, like a professional, I would say. She looked good, and she was very well put together, and had her nails done, her hair and makeup done. It wasn't over the top. It was very, oh, Carol, just let us know if she might be behind.
Oh, maybe
Just,
Carol, yeah, maybe just refresh your window. You might be delayed.
yeah, come up to the live, hit the live button. Yeah, maybe that's why she didn't respond back when I first called her, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I'm sorry about that, everybody.
What's interesting, Dana Leslie 24 says it sounds like my grandma, which is so funny. And you said that it could be someone's, and that happens, you guys. So if there is that feeling that it is, resonating with you, spirit works in that beautiful way where they're going to piggyback. And if it's like, Aunt Barbara and Grandma, whoever it may be, they will do that,
I want to shout out to Wisdom Seeker Joan is here. Thanks for being here, Wisdom Seeker Joan.
Hi, Joan. I haven't seen Joan in so long. Nice to see you, Joan. She's
okay,
lovely.
so let me just see if I can get a message from Aunt Barbara. This wonderful woman. She just wants you to know, Carol, that she appreciates how much you think about her and how much you admired her. And I feel like she gave you maybe she was like the voice of reason because you couldn't go to your mom, or that your mom wasn't cool or hip. And when you went to your Aunt Barbara, she was like, I'll help you get a car, or whatever it was that you wanted or needed. Or I just feel like she was like the one to go to, and she was always the one that had good advice, and I feel like she also was like a surrogate grandmother to you. I think she enjoyed. Did she have kids of? I don't think she had kids of her own. I think she was. She liked she. You were like her own child, and your kids were like her grandchildren. Um, and now I'm getting into something a whole nother thing. She was always got dressed and had her makeup done and her hair done. Okay. Um,
I think
so
she's delayed by a couple minutes, maybe.
I know.
That's what it is. That's okay. She'll hear this.
Yeah. So this is when I'm feeling like she was. I and let me see what else. She just wants you to know that the connection that you felt with her is true and real, and is everlasting, more than this lifetime. And she's just saying spot on.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if I add anything to it, I just feel like she lived life to the fullest, and that she really had this sense of adventure within her. I think she got to see some of the world, or she made me feel like she got to travel. I literally heard the words "yeehaw," and it was like she jumped on the back of this horse. And so I don't know if there's this connection with horses or not, but perhaps that is just metaphorical for the energy that she was into the adventure. I did feel like I was into her, like how she would put her hair up was important sometimes, how she would like, do different twists and put her hair up, but it was like how she presented herself to people was really important. But I feel like there was this really go with the flow, laid back side to her. So she would also not be afraid to kind of like roll up her sleeves and, get dirty sort of thing. And I feel like she was super generous. And so, yes, generous with her time, but also with, like if you went over, you'd be leaving with something. She'd be like, oh, just take this. And that I feel like she would show up with that same sense of generosity, that she would take the time to actually want to, like I felt like she was in tune with the details. You might have 6 months earlier said, oh, I really like that. And then, 6 months down the road, she'd be like, oh, she got you that or something. So I feel like she was very detail oriented and really listened. She really got quiet, and she really gave me the feeling that she would create like nothing, everything could be happening around here, but she was really in the moment, especially when she was listening to you and to other people. I did feel a bit of an illness through my body. So I don't know if it was like a cancer type, but it did feel like it moved through my body. And then as I released that, I also heard the name Kathy or Kathleen, and the name Sandy or S.A. Sally, Sandra, Sandy, so one of those names, kind of S.A. name that she was also bringing my awareness to. And then one last thing is my eyes started to go all fuzzy. And I said, what is this? I don't know if it was something about her eyes. And she said, if something about your eyes. So I'm not sure if you've had your eyes checked recently or need to get them checked, but something about just the eyes being a bit fuzzy. But wonderful energy to connect with. Very beautiful.
A beautiful woman and soul. Her soul was even more beautiful than she was. Yeah. How lovely is that?
I also read a comment which was so great. It zoomed up there. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I feel so laid back and like, and I can't start things, so I should have. But someone was saying that he was saying that so many of the readings were resonating with him, and that's really wonderful. How spirit does that. Different parts of different readings, and so if you felt that, then take that as a message from your loved one. Mm-hmm.
And it's also a confirmation that we're more alike than we realize. We think that each and every individual has such a different life, but there's so many more similarities than there are differences. Okay, so she does have 3 children. Okay, but you were still very special to her. I think she's just wrapping it up. I think we're getting towards the end because I just kept on going. Aw. And Good Karma says Barbara sounds beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I just go? I saw this one, it stuck out to me, and it said, well, something about the police.
What do you have the time?
HT. It was just recent. And it says, do you see my son passing his state police officer exam? And I heard to pull a cards, and I got two really good cards. I got the freedom card and I got the gratitude card. So those are both really good energies in that.
I don't think that was it. That wasn't it.
Oh, what?
They're talking about something else, a shooting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, there was the sage.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay.
Yeah. I get a yes. I feel like the outcome is that there will be, good outcome. That's what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. And thank you very much, everybody, for putting in your questions. Everybody who had their questions answered. Thank you for all of the feedback. We know it's not easy, and it's emotional, and it's, trying to do things quickly and responding quickly. Yeah. There's so much information. And listen back to the readings, and please do leave Kevin a message below and let him know all of the things that here's Carol saying yes, yes, yes. To you. This was your reading.
Good. Wonderful.
I think that's a shame that she was. Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful.
Let me just give her a little bit more time to see if she has more. But it's always nice to have that in the messages below. And Donna Norris is here. Hi, Donna. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, Donna. So great to see you. I met Donna when we were in Chicago the first time, and she's going back for this one. Yeah, lovely lady, so talented.
Thank you, Donna.
Talented. And someone else was saying there, Good Karma said, yes, Barbara was my bestie, no children, wise beyond her years. We were born on the same date. Many of the points were the same. So that's really interesting. And sometimes they'll do that where that thing, it's like, no, she had 3 kids, but this one is like, no, there was no kids. So I love it how that was, sometimes that's just the point of difference. So great.
And there was a pause, and then I went back into Barbara's energy, and they blend. They're all together. We are all one, everybody. You and I, Kevin and I, you and I and Kevin are all one. Did you know that? We're all one. That's how we can communicate. The energy is one soul. We are all one race. We are all humans, and we are all together. It's so she said she's been having trouble with her eye.
So interesting how she just comes in with that healing around the eyes. I actually got fuzzy. Like she impressed upon me where it was like, I actually was squinting my eyes. So, I mean, the thing about energy and how they would bring this information is to sometimes just give us that little bit of nudge. So if it's like, if you need to get your eyes checked, get your eyes checked. It's not life-threatening, but there is that energy of the healing that comes in around that. So that
she is still around you, and that she is still concerned and watching over you. How beautiful is that? Thank you so very much, Carol, for all of your feedback and hanging in there with us, and for asking your question. That was really very special. And thank you again, Kevin. Please do come back, and I really appreciate you being here. And thank you, everybody, for being here, asking your questions. We will be back again. And thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jean. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.